As promised, this second video gives a little more detail on who I am and some of my inventions. My name is Ron Harker from Cranford, Alberta, Canada. I started out as an electrician and self-taught control systems specialist. In 1988, I started my own controls company. I did automated machine and process control in manufacturing plants, bottling plants, security systems, environmental controls, agricultural plants, and water and wastewater treatment plants. I found that I could find ways to improve the mechanical operation, the automated control, and processes of the systems I worked on. In 2005, I began working on projects in the Canadian oil sands. Over the last 15 years, I have worked as a control systems specialist with a specialty in machine-connected networks. My last project was a system-wide controls upgrade for the water and wastewater plants for the city of Los Angeles, California. In 1998, I designed a commercial grain drying system. I took our scale model to Regina, Saskatchewan to demonstrate it to the Saskatchewan Wheat Pool at its annual Maintenance Personnel Convention. I then went to Winnipeg, Manitoba, rented a banquet room, and invited the Canadian grain companies to come and see the demonstration. We came home with orders for $1.5 million in commercial grain dryers. By the time we got back to Calgary, we had orders for a total of 18 dryers worth $4.5 million. We moved the company to Saskatchewan and went to work. Over the next 2 years, we built and installed 28 dryers with the orders exceeding $7 million. We were chosen as one of the top 10 innovations in the grain industry for 2000 and asked to present our system at the International Grain Exporting and Processing Society's Grain Expo in Kansas City. Working in the greenhouse industry, I have designed and built automated germination systems, flood fill irrigation systems, disinfection systems, and bioreactors for the aquaculture industry. Having worked for years in the water and wastewater treatment industry, my next effort was in industrial water treatment. I put together a mobile pilot plant and lab in a 5-ton cube van and went to work utilizing a process called dissolved air flotation. We had the ability to go to an installation, do some initial testing, and design a treatment protocol, and then using their effluent, run an online test using our pilot plant. In 2004, we produced a blood removal system which was installed in a pork packing plant in Alberta. This system took the washdown water from the packing plant, treated it back to drinking water standards, and reused it. We produced a single plant which was sold for $250,000. In the Everest blood water treatment plant, the blood is pre-treated to break down the hemoglobin. The effluent turns from a bright blood red to a golden yellow-brown color. A coagulant is then added which brings the suspended solids together. Finally, a long-chain polymer is added which forms the coagulated solids into large flocculated formations. These flocculated formations are then floated to the top of the clarifier on a cushion of microscopic air bubbles. The removed solids form a heavy foamy sludge on the top of the clarifier. This waste sludge is then skimmed off to waste. As the sludge is removed, you can see the clarified water turn milky white with air bubbles. The clarified water is taken from the bottom of the clarifier and is clear and clean. The finished water is passed through a mixed media filter to remove any residual solids. The water is then polished in a final treatment which reduces the BOD to less than 10 parts per million. In 2004, I perfected a formula and produced a liquid ABS resin. My resin was an easy-to-use single-part formula that welded ABS plastic parts back together. The resin repairs any ABS plastic such as motorcycle fairings, car grills, bumpers, and interior panels, home plumbing leaks, RV holding tanks, and car top carriers. I market this product on the internet on my easyabsrepair.com website. I have sold about $250,000 since the website was launched. In the spring of 2016, I began working on my surface disinfection technology pilot plant utilizing dissolved ozone. The prototype is finished and works. My process, which I developed in 2004 as part of the blood water treatment system, used ozone dissolved in water under pressure. The dissolved ozone is a disinfectant with about 40 times the disinfecting power of bleach. Once the dissolved ozone is sprayed onto surfaces, the ozone begins to dissipate into the air. The water is milky white with microscopic ozone bubbles, which gradually float to the surface and release into the air. The water holds its disinfecting properties for 3 to 5 minutes, leaving only clean, fresh water with no rinsing needed and no chemical residue. The application for this technology is universal in the food processing industry. There is a market to provide truck disinfection facilities at every border crossing station across the country. Every meat packing plant and food processing facility can benefit from this disinfection technology. Utilizing our technology, the North American recall on romaine lettuce would not have happened. Our lab testing was on E. coli, which was killed on contact with a dissolved ozone spray, which turns into clean water. I see no reason why dissolved ozone could not kill COVID-19 on contact. Any contaminated surface could be disinfected with a simple washdown water from a garden hose. In my next video, I will start up and run my pilot plant. You will see the operation, the computer control and data acquisition system, and how the dissolved ozone is produced and used to disinfect surfaces. I will also demonstrate a system showing the amount of contamination of a surface and show how the dissolved ozone will kill the contamination and render the surface safe. I am putting this out there to see if there is any interest in fast-tracking this technology. If you think my process has merit, please share this video. I'm sure this technology can be used to safeguard our food supply and help stop the spread of the virus. I'm asking you to share this on social media in hopes that companies or individuals will be interested in making this process available for use. If you want to see more, please subscribe and you will get notice of my videos as they are produced. Thank you.